Hey, what's going on guys, my name's Raf, and today, episode 1 of the Pokemon Aim to be a Pokemon Master series aired in Japan. This is the first episode that will showcase Ash and Pikachu's final journey in the Pokemon anime, alongside outlining how they'll both become Pokemon Masters in the epilogue series of Pokemon Journeys. So much was revealed during this one episode, and besides the wonderful plot, we got introduced to a new opening and song, alongside some other details. There's a bunch of information to cover, so let's jump straight into it. Don't forget to leave this video a like, show your support, and I'll be sure to bring out my next video shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't ready to keep up to date, and without further ado, let's begin. Starting with the opening, we were given an indication from Oricon that for this epilogue series, a new opening, ending, and song will be used. The song is actually a remake of the first opening song, being Mazase Pokemon Master, with the new song being named Mazase Pokemon Master with My Friends. The composition of this new version was absolutely wonderful, and Rika-san done an outstanding job as always. Let's dive into the opening. Immediately, we can see some similarities to the first opening. Of course, this is obvious seeing as it does show relation and reference to the first opening and series, even with the poster of the epilogue series showing visual similarities to the first ever series of the Pokemon anime. In terms of the opening, the majority of it showcased episode frames from the original series. We also got to see memorable moments in relation to Ash's Pokemon from Kanto. The group picture of Ash and his companions was beyond wholesome. A simple frame that shows all of Ash's friends and the nostalgic recall of his journey over the course of 25 years. We even saw all of the legendary Pokemon Ash met along the way. His win against Paul in the Sinnoh League, Ash Greninja in the Kalos League against Lan, and of course, his world champion victory against Leon. The final segments of frames are also identical, showcased from the first opening, but just in the Journey's art style. This was such a nostalgic and emotional opening, as it really did showcase Ash's journey as a trainer over 25 years, and all of the episodes that we've managed to watch over the duration of the anime. I really look forward to rewatching this every week for the next 11 episodes. As for the ending, it wasn't anything too special, as it was just pretty much the original ending from the first series, being 151. Now let's dive into my thoughts about today's episode. Before I begin, the details I'll be discussing are in no particular order. This is just pure speculation. So before the episode aired, we got an indication that Ash will be rotating between his Pokemon used within the episodes, alongside future episodes as well. The episode is a continuation of Journeys, and it shows Ash and Pikachu continuing on their adventure. We got to see the first segment back the other week during the special broadcast. Ash and Pikachu messing around with each other and having fun was just so fun to see, and it truly showed that both characters still have their playful and goofy side to them, despite being serious in battle. They embrace and meet so many Pokemon in the overworld. Some of the encounters were hilarious, just like with Magikarp, and just seeing both of them have fun is what sold the episode for me. Despite all the serious battles, it's just a nice way for them to tone and get it down. The Kakuna to Beedrill encounter was quite interesting, because we would expect Ash to be attacked by a swarm, but instead he ended up getting away with it. Even he was surprised by this, because he's so used to being nice to Pokemon, but then ends up getting retaliation from them due to their characteristic and personality. Now this part of the episode is quite cool, as it holds a small parallel. There are a couple segments in this episode that actually tend to be in relation to various movie segments as well, with similar frames being shown. As you can see, my friends Sapphire and Annette managed to do some good comparisons between the two, and I think it's either from movies 1, 2 and 3. Mimi is obviously cleaning, Oak talks to Delia about the 151 Pokemon of Kanto, and Ash encounters Latias. Just before we jump into that topic though, we have the best news ever. Ash is actually using his old Pokemon in the form of rotation. It seems that Ash maybe obtained these Pokemon prior to setting out on this journey, or maybe Ash has all of his Pokemon with him in some manner, because we haven't been given an indication if he spoke to Oak or not prior. It could be that maybe during certain segments, he actually visits his Pokemon Center and swaps out the Pokemon, but that hasn't been confirmed yet. We got to see Jukain, Donphan, Noivern, and Buibui all make their returns in this episode, and I actually like this team a lot. I can't wait to see what the next team will be, alongside the interactions. Now let's talk about the Latias encounter. Automatically, continuity was shown as Ash remembers his Pokemon. However, this isn't the same Latias from movie 5. What I love a lot about Ash caring for Latias is how reassuring he is to her. Even though she got injured, he really tries to motivate her to get better so that she can continue to soar and fly. The way Ash looked after her is just like how he looks after his own Pokemon. He always treats Pokemon like they're his own, and it makes sense why he mentioned in episode 136 of Journeys about how he wants to meet and befriend every Pokemon. Latias repaying the favour to Ash by saving him was a great way to say thank you, and even towards the end of the episode, it seems that she is still close by him. Ash only had 5 Pokemon on his team in this episode, and many suspected that Latias would be the 6th due to her capture, but that wasn't the case. Will there be an eventual capture? We have no idea. But overall, this was a wonderful way to start off the epilogue series. The main focus was about Ash and Pikachu's caring character, and to also introduce old and familiar faces. I'm so happy we know Ash will be rotating his Pokemon as well. As always, when subs get released, I'll post my full review on Twitter. Now in terms of next week's episode, this is where we see Misty return for the fishing contest battle. It confirms that Ash's Rowlet will be in this episode, alongside his Corphish. It also confirmed that Ash and Misty will in fact battle each other to see who is willing to claim Clauncher, showing a similar vibe to the Totodile encounter. Misty has her Politoed on her team, and this is another episode I can't wait to see. It looks like all the Pokeshipping fans are definitely going to be winning during this episode, especially seeing as how Misty caught Ash, via her rod of course. Finally, at the end of the episode, we got to see another Team Rocket Paldea exhibition short. This time they managed to encounter the legendary Pokemon Koraidon. My goodness, this Pokemon looks incredible in the anime art style. Don't forget that I leaked it though, hehe. I assume next week we'll be able to see Miraidon, and then maybe some other random Paldea Pokemon will follow in lunch to the build-up of the Generation 9 Scarlet and Violet anime that will commence in April. One final piece of news to talk about is how a special illustration ahead of the release of Pokemon Best of the Best 1997 to 2023 will be releasing on the 1st of February, and as you can see, we have this lovely illustration of our 10-year-old hero, with Pikachu and Team Rocket in the background. I'll provide a link to the album in the description below, and I'm definitely going to be copying one of these myself. For those of you that really enjoyed the Pokemon soundtrack, be sure to purchase this yourself as well. Overall, a very promising start to this series indeed. I can't wait to see how things progress from here, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how Ash and Pikachu's adventure continues in the Pokemon Aim to be a Pokemon Master series. From watching this episode, I think I may have an indication about how the writers want to show off specific moments with Ash and his Pokemon within this series. I think we're going to truly see some real wholesome moments full of development for each of Ash's Pokemon. By looking from today, we could see how confident all of the Pokemon were with Ash, despite being away from him after various amount of times. It just goes to show that even from the time apart, they still thrive in battle, all thanks to Ash's love, training and care. I think we're definitely going to be seeing some surprise along the way, and I absolutely hope we get to see new evolutions for some of Ash's existing Pokemon. It would definitely be a great way to showcase it in this final series. But I want to let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys would like to interact with me, then be sure to follow me on Twitter, or join the ThePokéRaf Discord server to discuss all things Pokemon. You can find the rest of my social networks on screen and in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave it a like, as your support is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to share the video with your friends. Finally, make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with my videos, and click on the little bell to enable notifications so you guys get notified when I upload a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to stick around for more Pokemon content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.